Our job system is just totally fucked. I don't know why it is that way, what the purpose of it, but it's fucked. So on July 30th, 2021, I graduated with my degree in communications and digital media marketing. While I love my degree and I'm so happy that I got the privilege and the fortitude to go to college, it did not give me a job. And I didn't understand that because I had had an internship at the same time at Chegg, which is a student services company. And I thought that, bitch, I was set. I thought I was ready to go. I had had internships before I even got Chegg. And because I already had like a corporate real job and experience in that for about 3.5, I think 4 months, I was like, okay, bitch, I'm ready to go. It's gonna happen. That shit didn't turn out that way. So all of 2022, I literally went down an entirely different path that I did not even know I was going to face. And that path was really called the unknown, okay? It was called the, I don't know what the fuck is next, but I'm gonna trust whatever is coming down this path. Now, since I graduated and into 2022 of last year, I went through a lot of depression, just like anybody else who has been a high achiever their whole lives. Okay, so if you're someone like me, I actually did a lot of sports. I did basketball, football, track, cheer. I also did extracurricular activities. And while I was even in college, I did some juvenile detention center volunteering. I did some Big Brother, Big Sister, which is basically like tutoring kids. And that was something that I did for a while. And then life happened after college. And so within the last year, most importantly, I struggled a lot to find my own identity. I struggled with having a parent, specifically a father, who has this very finance and education type of mindset, and you need to go to college and you need to have a job right out of school, and didn't really understand that I enjoy like social media, I enjoy marketing, and not being able to articulate and really grasp where I'm trying to go with my dreams, or where I'm trying to go with employment and remote work and all the things that I really do enjoy. And because of that, having that tension in my house, having those high expectations, I started to feel bad about myself. I felt like I should be here, I should be there. And even all of the networking that I would do, all the emails that I would do, all the applying that I would do, from July of 2021 up until now, it still felt like I'm not doing enough. So much so that there's, arguments and just all types of just like chaotic things because I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And I think this is a really good look back at 2020, right? When a lot of my friends didn't have jobs either. Some of them are still kind of struggling right now. And I started to question myself, am I not doing good enough? Is there something that I'm doing that is off? And I started realizing, no, you're doing everything that you possibly want to do. Y'all know that I'm spiritual. Y'all know that I follow my intuition to the best of my ability. And I started thinking to myself, well, maybe I do just need to go find a call center job. Maybe I just do need to go and just get anything right now. So much so I had suggested to certain folks that had issues with me not being employed that I was like, I'll just go work at a car wash that I used to work at. Because it got to a point where it was like, how much more should I be doing? How much more do you expect of me? And it became this thing where I started, applying to places and just like beating myself up a lot because my picture wasn't looking like what everybody else's picture was. A lot of my friends who had gotten jobs in working in politics or doing whatever, I could tell that they didn't like what they were doing. They were very unpleased by it, but they just did it because they felt like, okay, I just gotta find just anything. And I just want to make this video for those that are following their path. Okay, that doesn't mean you sit on your ass. You still apply for what you need to apply for. You still take action and do what you're supposed to do. But for me, I had to realize that the gifts that I have, even online, is so much more than just working as another number of a job. And I think this is something that a lot of people who grow up maybe in houses of parents who are high performers or are worried about education and finance or whatever it is, like they only stick to that one kind of route of get a job, go to college, get a job, get a home, all that stuff. Sometimes we tend to forget that our power is so much bigger than just working for a company or being another name or number at a company. You have something much, much bigger than that. And it's funny because a couple nights ago, I got really bored and I was like, I want to learn something new. I want to find out what other ways can I create like income for myself in this time. And y'all know that I've produced ebooks. Y'all know that I've put out a course before, and y'all know that I do YouTube. So of course this isn't something that is consistent like, income, but these are ideas that I've been pulling together for myself in this time. Because at one point I lost my identity. I did not know who I was when it came to this whole identity shift after college. That's why I made the first part of the video about just going through this midlife crisis. And as I was watching other people, I started realizing like I'm not alone. And a lot of people are going through the same similar thing. And whether it's a job market problem or whether it's an economy problem or whether it's both, you still shouldn't beat yourself up when you try to basically follow the rules, right? You've been in line. It's the very nature of conditioning and programming that we all go to school. Some of us go to college and then you get your job. And some of us, what I've discovered throughout 2022 and even just within the beginning of this year is that I didn't actually think that was the only way. I knew that there was other ways of creating a life for yourself that doesn't have to do with a job. I also knew that jobs can take away your shit at any time. I'm not saying that entrepreneurship is for me or that that's like the path that I'm gonna go down. I don't know. I'm just making this video just say like if you are a creative person or you are living in a home right now and you've been feeling like constant, like you're not good enough or you're not doing what you need to do or you need to get these jobs or what are you doing? You ain't doing shit with your life. Things like that. Keep going. Keep pushing towards your goals and towards your dreams. It is not the easiest thing, because everything was stripped from me. Like, y'all seen in the last video, like my car situation and, just facing the unemployment and being able to like travel and see my city and actually be like, wow, okay, there's so much more out here than just working, than just, putting my value on like how much money I'm gonna make or what's my next job gonna be or how do I move out of the house and all of these other big goals that I have for myself is to understand like you're right where you're supposed to be. And I believe this on like a spiritual standpoint as well, because no matter what it is that you're going through, the universe is never, ever, ever going to give you things that you're not ready for. And what I've learned is that sometimes with either older generations or just certain people in the world, we've been so conditioned, especially in America, that our value is based on when you have this, when you have that. Right? When you get the job, when you get the money, when you got the girlfriend, when you got, all of these different things that are outside of yourself, that's when you are considered valuable or you're worthy or you're doing good enough. But what if you're just a human on the planet living and just experiencing and doing the best you can? Because the thing is that a lot of times when you're dealing with situations of something like this, it's very hard, it's very challenging, you will end up thinking that you are the reason why it's challenging. And not understanding that sometimes the universe doesn't allow us to have certain things so that we can find out the meaning of life in other ways. And so I feel like with myself, I didn't understand that I was going through like a midlife crisis, at the time. I did not understand what depression was. I didn't understand that I was going through those things. I didn't understand that, I wasn't following like my intuition. I was just kind of being like, okay, well, I don't even think this thing is real at the end of the day because I was so busy on trying to survive. Waking up every morning, I felt exhausted, like literally just tired. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. Some nights I would literally hope that I didn't wake up because I was just so tired of getting up and feeling so much anxiousness and nervousness inside of my own nervous system because I didn't know if I was to leave my room and some shit was gonna pop off because life wasn't happening in the way that other folks wanted it to happen for me, okay? And so this is just a real life experience. Some people may not agree. Some people, might be like, you just need to get off your ass, you're just lazy. But it's like, no, I put in a lot of work, for anything that I want. And I've just learned that, you know what, I might be going down a different path. It may be a 9-to-5. It may be something totally different. I don't know, but I'm just not gonna stress myself out. Okay. The other night I was looking on my on YouTube, and I was like, let me figure out if other people have been going through this same situation. Turns out they have, and I started picking up my Think and Grow Rich book. I read it a couple of times, but I'm reading it again from the beginning. And the cool thing about this now is I'm finding like these desires that I always had, but I'm just really wanting to learn more about like what gifts can lead me to the things that I already know is gonna take care of me. Like my gifts will make, room for me, right? My gifts will bring things into my life, and all I have to do is just keep listening to my intuition and keep taking that action. Keep doing, what I need to be doing, right? Taking care of your responsibilities, but also remembering our gifts. We get so caught up sometimes in, if you want to call it the matrix, right? But we get so caught up in this world of work, and we don't remember that it's not about working for somebody else all the time. Like, it's not about, giving all your energy to, I gotta find a job, I gotta do this, I gotta get this to happen. Sometimes it's like, what about your gifts? You have something in you that can give you a plethora of fucking wealth. I mean, look at Oprah, look at Tyler Perry, look at Bill Gates, look at all of these big dudes, Elon Musk. I mean, these guys are people that people thought that their inventions was fucking shitty. They didn't think anything huge of it until, they kept believing in their dream. They kept believing in their dreams. And this is not to say to remove your reality or your current circumstances, but this is to say that don't block yourself and get held up in this is the only way it has to be. Open your mind to all of the beautiful possibilities that you can do it too. I started watching all of the different people that I love to watch on here. And I was like, man, I love watching like Tariq Ali. I love watching like Aaron on Demand or Aaron Winters. I love watching, De'Ara. I love watching all of these people because they are inspirations for me. I don't know where I'm going to go, but if they've been able to create some shit and they're able to live their life and be secure and the universe is taking care of them, shit, I know it'll happen for me. So the depression that you feel, feeling low, feeling down, maybe even like the bullying and bullshit you might be dealing with at home, inaccurate, feeling like you're incompetent of shit, all of that stuff is completely normal. So if you're in college right now, or you graduated from college and you've been a year and a half, for me it's been a year and a half, and I'm not sitting here trying to, be proud of that. It sucks because it's like you're trying to go in the unknown of, okay, I'm asking the universe for, how to use my gifts to continue to like start building up something new that could lead me down a road of entrepreneurship, which is very unknown because nobody around me has really been doing that. And then, especially in the way that I'm doing it. And then you got the 9-to-5 over here where you're like waiting on something to happen. And so either way, you're in the unknown. And it's a beautiful thing, but it's also a really like scary thing. But I just make this because I don't want you to ever feel like you're wrong because you want to express or experience different things, because you're finding life in new and different ways. In my upbringing, I watched my dad specifically sit at the computer and just his whole life is just that. And for me, I've learned like there's just so much more. And I think we have to realize that don't feel shame if you want to do something different, if you want to go down a different path. You may not know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I'm just sharing this story because I know somebody's going to watch this video and can relate to what it is that, I'm going through. Maybe you're in high school and you don't want to go to college, right? All your other friends are going to college. Maybe you feel like I want to pursue, painting. And your folks might be like, what the fuck is you talking about? You want to go and do painting. So this is just something to just remind you that this journey is weird. It doesn't make sense. And we're in such a world now where, a lot of people are leaving their jobs. A lot of people don't want to work regular jobs anymore, right? People are feeling unfulfilled. People are just drained and burnt out. You know, people just have different gifts that they want to do. And I've seen so many people, especially on TikTok, that have been like in this state where they've just been quitting their jobs and just doing whatever they want to do. And leaning on hope and faith because all they got is the money in their savings. And it's just inspirational because it's just showing all those collectively, whether you're spiritual or not, that the world is going to shift. And these timings are shifting. The economy is shifting. The way that we make money is shifting. And this is all a beautiful thing because I love doing shit on my own time. I can still follow the rules and do what I need to do, but I like my own freedom. And I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know what's going to happen, what's going to transpire, but this is just to let you know I'm on the same journey, okay? I don't know what's gonna go on either. I'm just grateful for what I got. I'm grateful for what I'm learning, and I'm grateful to be able to have a camera to be able to express my thoughts and continue to build a community online and see where this stuff takes me. But I'm not rushing myself. I'm not pressuring myself for shit. I've gone through too much beating up myself and feeling bad. And I think at some point you gotta make a difference and a change to say, listen, I can't stay the same. So even if you gotta pick up a book or you gotta buy a course or you gotta do whatever, like make something change, but don't limit yourself into thinking that you can't do what you were put here to do. And realize that you got other gifts outside of just whatever it is that's been told to you. So that's my little like employment story kind of. And that's just a little bit of, you know, what's been happening in my life, because I feel like whether you apply to things in, you know, your own career or whether you're going off and doing other things that you really didn't want to do just to try to find a job, it's all the same experience. Whether you went to college, whether you didn't, it's all a challenging time right now, and I think regardless, just tap into your gifts. Tap into the biggest thing that you know that you're powerful at. For me, it's speaking, right? For me, it's bringing people together. For me, it's putting out products. For you, it might not be that, right? For me, for you, it might be, you might be really good at painting. I know people who are fantastic at drawing. Bitch, I can't draw nothing but a stick figure, you know, so what I mean? So find the gifts that are good for you and don't beat yourself up. Do not allow the folks around you, don't allow social media and TikTok to make you feel like, you know, you ain't doing shit with your life because everybody else is out here buying cars and houses and shit like that. Just focus on yourself, and I promise you'll get to where you're supposed to be in due time. Peace.